Hi, I'm Michelle and I work for the City of Raleigh. We're here today at Durant Nature Preserve to talk about an animal that is often misunderstood, snakes. If you're here at Durant Nature Preserve or any of our City of Raleigh parks, especially during the warmer months of the year, you might just get lucky enough to see one. Snakes are often crepuscular, which means that the best time to find them is in the morning or late at night because this is when they're out hunting for food, but they can be found at any time of day. Snakes can often be found in habitats like wooded areas, near water sources, or under piles of brush or leaves or other dark areas. Snakes are ectothermic, which means they use heat from the environment to control their body temperature. Sometimes snakes are referred to as cold-blooded, but this doesn't mean that their blood is always cold. They can regulate their body temperature by basking in the sun or sitting in the shade. For this reason, snakes only need to eat about once per week and can sometimes go a whole month without a meal. Humans and other mammals, on the other hand, are endothermic, which means that we convert food into energy inside our bodies. For this reason, mammals need to eat much more often than snakes and other reptiles. Come to think of that, I'm getting kind of hungry. Snakes are carnivores, meaning that they only eat meat. Their diet consists mostly of small animals, including things like rats, mice, birds and bird eggs, chipmunks, frogs, and insects like these freeze-dried crickets I have right here. Snakes swallow their food whole, even if it's bigger than their head. Imagine putting a whole watermelon in your mouth at one time. That would be like what snakes do on a regular basis. There are two reasons they can do this. One is that the bottom half of their jaw is in two pieces that are connected by stretchy ligaments that can stretch all the way out when they have a large meal. The second is that they have a breathing tube below their mouth so that even if their mouth is full of food, they can still breathe. Let's watch now as one of our program snakes eats a mouse. Snakes grow larger over time, but their skin doesn't grow with them. For this reason, they shed their old skin and replace it with a new, larger skin. The outside layer of a snake's skin is called the epidermis. It is made up of dead skin cells, which we commonly refer to as scales. The epidermis protects the living tissue on the inside, which we call the dermis. When the snake's skin gets ready to shed, the outer layer of the epidermis will start to separate from the body, and a liquid called lymph fluid will fill the gap inside the skin. As the outer layer of skin starts to dry out, the snake will appear more dull in color. And when the snake is ready to shed, it will rub against anything it can find, like a tree or a branch, so that it can slip out of its old skin and leave its dried out skin behind. What we have here is the dried out skin of one of our program snakes. Another cool fact about snake shedding is that snakes don't have eyelids. They have a special kind of scale over their eyes called spectacle scales. So when they shed, their eye scales separate from their body as well, leaving a milky layer over their eyes, causing them to be temporarily blinded. So remember to never enter a staring contest with a snake. You'll always lose since they can't blink. There are more than 30 species of snakes found in North Carolina, but these are some of the most common in the central North Carolina area.
Who you see here is our program snake at Durant Nature Preserve, Cornwallis. He's a corn snake.
We also have a few species of venomous snakes here in North Carolina, the most common in the Raleigh area being the copperhead. You can identify copperheads by looking at the Hershey kiss-shaped marks on its skin, as well as its tan and brown coloring. In eastern North Carolina, one of the most common venomous snakes you might come in contact with is called a cottonmouth. You might wonder how snake venom works. Venom is produced in the salivary glands, just like saliva is for humans. When a snake bites its prey, muscles in the snake's head push the venom through hollow openings in their fangs and into the flesh of its prey. You might think that the primary reason for snake venom is for defense, but that's actually not true. The primary reason is that venom actually subdues the prey and starts the digestive process of the meat. If you come across a snake while you're out exploring nature, the best thing to do is appreciate them from a distance and leave them alone. Snakes are not aggressive and they'll only bite if they feel threatened. However, they are an important part of our ecosystem because they keep other animals that we might consider pests in check. Again, I'm Michelle and we're here at Durant Nature Preserve. I hope you enjoyed learning about snakes today. Bye!